All right. Hey, everybody. Thomas Dimitrovich here. I'm not sure what happened, but I went live on my LinkedIn and everywhere else. For some reason, every time I go live on YouTube, it in a morning like this, it puts me into private mode. So I am just restating what I stated earlier. Down below is a link to we're going live today at 12:30 p.m. on the IAEI News Live YouTube channel. So IAEI's YouTube channel, we're going live. We're going to be talking about lighting circuits. We had this discussion with Michael Hofkin a little bit ago during our last week's session on go filters. That's sharpen. Yep. So we went live when we were live last week with Michael Hofkin. We had a discussion about we were talking bathrooms and we went into lighting. So when we got into lighting, we were talking about we had a really good chat about what is required, what's not required, and all that jazz. So I thought it would be a good idea to basically take a look again at we'll take a look again at the requirements for lighting in and around dwelling units. I focused on dwelling units, but really it's going to hit commercial construction as well. So bring your code book to that session. I think it's going to be a decent discussion. We'll talk a little bit about what the 2020 code book did with regard to the VA per square foot for lighting. We'll talk about power factor and lighting. We'll also talk about some of the changes that occurred in the 2020, we did a change in 220.12 for the VA per square foot. We moved dwelling units to a different section. And then in the 2023, after we moved things to a different section, we realized, well, that's not the right section. It doesn't match the topic. Dwelling units doesn't match the title of 220. I think it's 14. So then we moved it out again, and so I'll try to help you understand why those moves occurred and where you find that information. And we'll chat some of the things that I know I learned during that process. And we'll have hopefully a good discussion around lighting and lighting circuits, and also the controlling lighting. Do I need to have a light switch at every entrance to a room to turn a light on or off? So in other words, do I need three-way or more switches, right? So depending upon how many entries I have to that room. And what else? So we're gonna talk about lighting. We'll span a few code cycles, 2020, 2023, and then we'll even talk a little bit about 2026, what's going on in the 2026 code cycle. So we'll take a look at the listing requirements for lighting, and do we call them a fixture? Do we call them a luminaire? Do we call it a light bulb, or do we call it a lamp? We'll take a look at some of the right terminology. We'll take a look at, and we'll talk a little bit about overcurrent protective devices on those circuits. Do I need special overcurrent protective devices, depending upon the type of light that I'm working with? All of that jazz. So hopefully you can join us today at 12:30 p.m. Eastern. 12:30 because got code panel 2. Nihad El Sharif is going to have his task group is going to be going on. So that will be that will be going on until 12:30. He starts at 10, goes to 12:30. So I definitely want to sit in on as many task groups as I can and engage. So some people wish I wouldn't engage, I'm sure. Tell me to just shut up. But you got to share. You got to share what you're thinking. So, and sometimes you're right, and sometimes you're wrong. The way it is. It's the way the cookie crumbles. All right, everybody. So today at 12:30 p.m. Eastern, take a look. The link is down below, up above, or left or right. Let's talk lighting circuits today. Let's talk about. Alexa, stop. We'll talk about lighting circuits today together, and maybe we'll both learn something. So bring your A game, bring your code book, bring your knowledge, get it out there, and let's talk lighting requirements. We'll focus on dwelling units again. No holds barred, wherever you guys and gals want to take it. All right. Thanks for what you do for the electrical industry. Thanks for what you do for electrical safety, and I really appreciate you as my interweb friend. All right. Take care. Stay safe. God bless, and see you at 12:30. Lighting.